presenting your hosts, Alexander, Brandon, and Benjamin.
Hello, everybody.
Hi.
And welcome to
Shit,
All Over the Place podcast. Don't, Brandon, you know from the first episode
Interrupting Cal, say what?
that I don't like being in. Okay, I'm not even gonna entertain it. I'm just gonna pretend like it doesn't bug me. And we are just gonna keep rolling on this because this is a train that never stops.
Rolling.
They hate it.
They hate. We're not okay. We're not singing today, guys. We're gonna have eventually. There will be a musical section where I'm gonna play some musical tunes, and you guys have to sing what you're gonna say.
Maybe that's.
Don't worry, we'll get there at some point.
Maybe that'll just be
It's gonna
my
be great.
next episode. I'll make you sing.
No, oh God, why'd I say it out loud? He's just gonna take it. Fuck. Okay, don't do the Andrew Garfield laugh. You're not good at it.
Why not?
Because you're not good at it.
I thought I was.
It's cringe.
You're cringe.
We're all cringe here. That's not an insult.
You're cringe.
I know. At least I have the balls to admit it.
Okay.
Or working balls, I should say. Yours don't work. Because of that accident.
What accident? What happened?
With the donkey.
What donkey?
You tried to pin the tail on it, but, it wasn't like the tail was actually just like a big, long donkey dildo that you were trying to shove into it, and it didn't like it.
I shoved the dildo into a donkey?
And it kicked you right in the crotch.
Oh, I don't remember this. It must have given me a coma, sorry. What?
No, he kicked you so hard your balls flew up and hit your head so hard it knocked you unconscious. Like your testicles were like
Testicle
a
wedgie.
projectile inside your body. They launched so far up it shook your skull, put you into a coma.
Oh, just my nuts just ricocheting around in my brain.
Yeah, now you shake them around and you just hear them. Like, that's it. Alex can play a musical instrument in his head. Yeah, he's like a little maraca.
Yeah, if we're driving and it's a really bumpy road, I may or may not come after 5 minutes. Get it? Because
they're still connected.
Yeah,
the nerves are still there, but.
Yeah. It's whenever I flex, just my head jerks back a little.
Oh, goodness. Well, I don't feel like doing small talk today, so we're going to skip that section because I don't feel like talking to you guys or knowing what's going on in your lives because, frankly, I don't give a shit.
I took a vacation.
So, no one cares.
Oh.
You can talk about this the next time you host.
Okay.
Which may not be the next week. Who knows? If you do a good job, maybe it will be, but I doubt
nice
it. Nice
Elvis hairstyle, Brandon.
Thank you.
I've noticed you've been changing your hair a lot. Are you trying to get noticed, or are you like? Is this like one of those things we do in the background, waiting for someone to bring up, like the first episode when I put on men kissing?
Nope.
Okay.
Anyways, today's topic is like cryptids or like people cryptozoology sightings and stuff like Bigfoot, the Loch Ness Monster,
the bloop,
the Chupacabra.
It's my favorite is the bloop.
My dad.
Except it's
the bloop.
The bloop is
that like the one that like that loud noise?
Yeah, they actually They actually came to the conclusion, like, I think like 10 years after it was recorded or more, that it was just an ice glacier breaking off, like 2 ice glaciers breaking. But I refuse to believe that.
Yeah, don't believe science.
Well, the thing is, they didn't use science. They were just like, no, that's what made that sound.
They use science to detect the noise. They're going to use science to deduct that it wasn't real. Like, science of global warming,
noise,
which is backed up by science. It's not like the technology is giving you a bad reading. Maybe it did give you a bad reading, except for malfunction, but who knows? That's not what we're here to talk about. Well, actually, it's exactly what we're here to talk about, but not right now. You can bring up the bloop when you have the time to talk, but
okay.
You haven't been leased any minutes yet.
Okay.
You haven't bought any time to talk on this episode.
We're
I have all the
playing
air
Monopoly
minutes.
on the podcast.
Yep, this is a Monopoly. I am the Monopoly man.
Are you?
I just gotta buzz my head and we'll be set. But if I buzz my head, my girlfriend might break up with me. That's what she said she'll do anyways.
That's what my
so.
girlfriend said too.
High five, let's do it together.
3,
Let's
2,
see what
1.
happens. Well, at least we'll have each other.
Oh yeah. Brendan, would you shave with us?
Shave my hair.
No, Alex, we need to be a pair of like shaved testicles.
My best t-shirt.
Yeah,
And Brandon will be the penis.
for next Halloween. It'll just be Brandon, and we'll just be crawling in between his legs.
Oh my god, I wonder if they have like ginormous like penis costumes where like a friend can be on one, the friend can be on the other. That's totally what we're doing. We're totally doing a trio group and we're just gonna be a giant wiener.
It's just going to be Brandon wearing the biggest strap on we can find, and you and me being the balls.
No, I'm thinking of like he's wearing like a big thing and his head is like where the head is,
Oh, I see.
and then me and you are like on our knees and our heads are popping it. We're like where the testicle thing. It's like a big inflatable thing.
Oh, I see.
I don't know. Maybe it exists. Maybe it doesn't. If not, we're totally making it.
Yeah. No, that's what we're doing.
Yeah, this will be our first cosplay. We'll go to Comic-Con as a giant penis. Let's see how long we can last.
We're getting kicked out.
We could just add a little tail onto it and say we're the next My Little Pony. I'm sure all the bronies would like it.
My little bro.
God. Bronies are a cryptid in themselves. I have yet to encounter one in real life.
Yeah, we have.
I don't know if I ever want to.
I'm fairly certain we have encountered one in real life. I'm fairly certain our grade 8 math teacher was a brony.
What? Dude, no.
100%.
What's the shade on him right now?
100%.
The fuck did he do to you?
Oh, I don't know. I just heard he was.
He's a geek and likes video games and stuff. He was like the only he wrote down that he watched like WandaVision and well, actually that's not a good flex on you, but
No, that's not
man
a
had
good
a
flex.
periodic table of gaming weapons in his classroom, and that's the teacher you decide to attack. Like, what the fuck is wrong with
I'm
you?
not attacking. I'm just saying.
You just called him a brony. That's a direct attack.
Wait, brony is
Like,
an
if you're
insult?
out, this teacher, if he's listening, he knows who he is. And respect to you. You were like one of my favorite teachers, bro. Like, you were a real. And Alex just didn't pay attention in class, and you got mad at him for it. That's why he didn't like you.
Remember that time we came in late from McDonald's and he asked why we were so wet and where we were? What was my excuse? What was our excuse?
I'm pretty sure you just said we went to McDonald's. I don't think you even tried to hide it.
No.
Granted, that during those classes we weren't really paying attention. I think there was
We were
actually a
just
time where we spent
typing.
the entire class sending poop gifts back and forth.
Oh, yeah.
Like the entire time. That was our. I mean, that still is our humor. We could probably still do that.
Were you in the class
Now.
with me, or was I with a different class when we were talking about like Nazis, and I was talking with someone about Hydra, and so
That was I was there. Yeah.
yeah.
We were talking about Hydra, and then he comes up to us. He's like, "You know, Hydra is just like the Marvel Nazi."
No,
right?
no, no,
And I'm
no,
like,
no, no,
well,
no, no.
The Marvel Nazi's the Nazi.
No, I decided to say hail, and I was going to say Hydra, but
Yes, I know. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
You were gonna say Hail Hydra, and then he stopped.
yeah,
you.
I said hail, and then he's like, "What?" And I'm like, "We were just talking about Nazis" in my head, so I'm like, that was tick. I'm autistic."
Yeah, I'm sure you really believe it.
I really hope he did.
Probably not.
I'm not a Nazi, I swear.
But even then, when he said that, he was like, Hydra's like the Nazis. And I'm like, well, yeah, but the Nazis are also the Nazis.
Hydra
Red
is a
Skull had a
division.
different mission. It's a division. It's a science. It's like the science division of the Nazis. But then it became like its own thing, I think. Like, maybe I'm just justifying. Just taking that from like the first Avenger, but I don't know. I'm not sure if that's the comic origins or whatever. I haven't really read a whole lot of comics myself.
You guys
so
like
I can't
my-
speak to that.
Do you like my mouse? I got it from
No.
bowling.
You bought it from where?
Bowling. I got this when we bowled together. Or not bowling, when we played at the arcade, at the bowling place.
I thought you bought that light bar. Did you also buy that mouse?
Yeah, I got both. I had enough for both.
Oh, okay.
It's a cute mouse.
Cool. Nice. Well, anywho, I like how we're all over the place with this episode. You know, we're really living
Brandon
up to the name.
over here falling asleep, though. Brandon, are you on your phone?
Yeah.
How dare you? Are you
not even
are you
engaging
looking for
in the
cryptids at the
conversation.
moment?
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay, okay. Well then,
Cool. Well, that's one other thing. So, I want you to, in the next 2 minutes,
next 2 minutes. Okay, I'll start.
to find a couple, like if you could just like I don't know, do a little bit of research or something. If you can find something that is crazy and you can talk about, whether you're just reading off of a Wikipedia page or something else, that's fine by me. I don't really care.
Or how about we just Brandon talks about his that he's found while he's been doing this research.
That just looks like an anime girl with a tail.
What just looks like an anime girl? Did Brandon?
Now, Brandon, you're gonna explain what that is.
Did he put something in? Where is this? Where in the Discord?
Is it just called a cat girl? Is that what that said?
It's called a Necomata. It's on a cryptid list.
Okay, now tell us what's a
Brandon,
Necomata?
where did he put this? Where did he send it to?
I didn't send it. I just mentioned what it was called.
Oh, can
Necomata.
like a Neko girl?
Okay.
Like the Neko anime cats?
Like,
Yeah,
hentai?
that's what I'm looking. That's what I'm seeing. But
Yeah.
I'm thinking like, don't look at that. I'm like, look at this like Wikipedia.
it
thing.
says cat, yokai, and Japanese
I'm
folklore.
gonna put this in the Discord so you guys can see it
Yeah.
of what I'm looking at here.
While you're doing that, I'm gonna find cryptid sushi. Oh, interesting. Brandon, would you mind giving us a little bit of insight into what that is?
It doesn't actually give me any information. Just a second.
Well, don't look on the list of cryptids. Go on the actual page.
That's
Yeah, go on like Wikipedia. While you're looking for that,
There's a bunch of different things you can find here.
Okay, so they have the powers of necromancy, and upon raising the dead, will control them with ritualistic dances, gesturing with paw and tail.
okay, where did they originate from?
Japan.
When?
They're, Let's see here. Let's see what Wikipedia says. Oh, there's different kinds. There's a domestic cat, Necomata, and a mountain one.
Domestic, you say? Like,
Can we get a Necomata right now?
could we make a Nekomat? Is that our next Halloween costume? Nope, that's not what we're doing.
In the book, Mysterious Stories from Japan, written in 1708, a rich samurai's haunted house, where the inhabitants witnessed several poltergeist activities. Then, attempting to end those events, samurai called upon countless shamans, priests, and evokers, but none of them could locate the source of the terror. Wait, what? One of the most loyal servants saw his master's aged cat carrying in its mouth a shikigami. I don't know what that is.
A what?
A shikigami. The sword.
I thought he said Shinigami for a second, and I'm like, Death Note?
Shikigami is a term for a being for Japanese folklore. What is that? What? That doesn't tell me anything. Are monstrous creatures? Okay, stop. Now Google's showing me shopping. Castle of Shikigami 2. I don't care.
You're gonna go buy it.
Okay, I don't need to see the Jujutsu Kaisen thing.
There's a lot of anime versions. A lot of anime pictures.
Shikigami. Okay, let's see what this says. Shikigami are conjured beings made alive through complex conjuring ceremony. Their power is connected to the spiritual force of their master. If the invoker is well introduced and has much experience, their shiki can possess animals and even people and manipulate them. But if the invoker is careless, their Shikigami may get out of control in time, gaining its own will and consciousness, and even raid its own master and kill him in revenge. I don't know. Do they like take a specific shape? Like, that's what I'm trying to find out.
It just looks like
They're okay. So they're said to be invisible most of the time, but they can be made visible by binding them in a small, folded, and artfully cut paper mannequins.
Interesting.
So they're like papers. I don't know. What I'm thinking of is freaking Jujutsu Kaisen, and they are like things you can summon, and they're just supernatural entities.
See, when you say Shikigami, my brain went to Shinigami from Death Note. Have either of you watched or read any Death Note, by the way?
Nope.
I have not. I think I'm going to read the manga once I'm done JJK, because I'm reading the manga for that right now.
Yeah. The manga for
And it's
Death Note is really
good.
good, but like the anime is one for one now. It's really great. I haven't finished the anime yet, actually. I have that bad habit of just starting shows and never finishing them because I get bored.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I was watching Always Sunny, and I'm like, I'm on like season 10, and I'm just like burnt out from the show. Like, I just need to take a break from it.
The thing with Death Note is there's only one season.
I thought that show. I'm thinking of Bleach, probably. That like runs really long.
No, Bleach runs really long. No, Death Note's a short story.
How long is the manga, though? I wonder.
Oh,
the manga must not be very long either.
No, the manga's not. I've read all the manga, so I the thing is, I've read all the manga, so I know everything that happens already. I just haven't finished the show. I think the manga was only like 13 issues. Did you search it up, Ben?
No, I'm not searching up. I just saw what Brandon just shared. So are these also?
These are also Nekomata.
The same thing that you. Those are Nekomata. Okay. For me, for some reason, I thought they were just like primary, like a female cat sort of thing. But maybe that's seeing it from like anime.
It's just like a scene from like the next Kung Fu Panda movie.
That movie.
It honestly could be. I don't know why they haven't put Nekomatas in the movies yet, but they should.
Yeah.
Maybe they already have, and I just didn't notice. I have no idea.
Because we'll probably
cool.
get Necronis.
I thought they straight up just put anime girls in a cryptid list. Apparently, it's an actual Japanese folklore thing.
Interesting, very interesting. Though I feel like it has to go with it being said that like the biggest like cryptid of like Western society has to be like a Bigfoot. I mean, like that's.
Oh yeah.
Is it Bigfoot
like
or
Sasquatch,
Loch Ness? Because
or,
Loch
like,
Ness is the first cryptid, right?
Loch Ness is Loch Ness is like Scotland and all that stuff.
Yeah, but
that has nothing to do with here. But I'm talking about like America. Like people are like, I saw Bigfoot or like the Sasquatch.
Is Bigfoot originated from North America? Because Bigfoot has a lot.
I don't know. Believed by some people to exist in northwestern United States and western Canada. So yes, I was right. Yeah. I'm on Britannica.com. This is verified, also known as Bigfoot.
Yeah. So well, the thing with Bigfoot is you gotta also look at what are they called? Not
Yetis?
Yeti. There we go.
Yetis,
and there's no, there's like a shit ton of different like versions of the Bigfoot that's around. Honestly, in my opinion, the Bigfoot is just an ape, and everyone who saw them, like, it was either a bear or an ape that they were too much in their mind and believed it was a Bigfoot because of stuff they've been fed.
Yeah, like, no, it says right on here, it believes, so it seems to represent the North American counterpart of the Himalayans, like abdominal snowman or like Yeti. So like it's our version of a Yeti.
Yeah. Because there's like different versions of it in all different cultures of the world. But like it is my belief that Bigfoot does not exist. Because like the thing with Bigfoots is they don't they could exist. They very well could exist. But like the fact that it's been seen in so many areas with so many people and then never seen again makes me believe, oh, it was just a bear, or it was someone in like wearing all black, or it was like a gorilla or an ape. It was not a Bigfoot, and they believed it was a Bigfoot. Because if you could make the argument very well that, oh no, they're just hidden really well in the woods. If it wasn't for the fact that so many stories take place in like towns and stuff, like so many people have seen, in quotation marks, a Bigfoot, not just in the hidden in the woods, which like we would have fucking seen one by now if it was real. Is what most of my things are for most cryptids. Like supernatural is one thing, but when it comes to cryptids, I'm like, so many of these eyewitness accounts come from very populated areas, so there's no way that it's that hidden that we haven't seen it yet.
Though now just seeing a photo where someone claims to have seen a Bigfoot footprint, there's totally some down bad people out there that are just like, I would really like to get some feet pics of Bigfoot. Like, let's be real here. Like, people would be like, I would see those monkey toes and be, like, turned on. As Alex knows, with monkeys, he has a thing for monkeys and doing shit with them in the fucking zoo. So, you know. I don't know if you remember that, Brandon, but you're gonna, whenever you listen to the next episode, or whenever you listen to our episodes, if you haven't already, monkeying around with devil's advocacy, Alex takes a nice turn with what he's going to do with monkeys at a zoo. I don't know. Starting to make me think he might be a zoophile, but, you know, who knows. But, yeah, I mean, it says here that Bigfoot's supposed to be, like, 6 to 15 feet tall, so, like, standing erect on 2 feet. Erect, I don't know why. That's where my brain went every fucking time. I can't say the word erect without thinking.
What is your favorite cryptid, Ben? I know I shit on cryptids, I do, but I know everyone has their favorite cryptid, and like there's a few that I can be like, yeah, there's a chance that those are real, but like the big name ones that aren't supernatural, like Bigfoot, I'm like, that motherfucker ain't real.
The one that I probably have done the most research on and like am most familiar with, well, at one point it was probably like the Loch Ness Monster. I think that I did a whole like school project on that one time, so I'd have to probably say that like that's probably the one I'd say like it's the coolest, because that one feels like to me like it could be the most real. Like seeing something in the water, like discovering a new species is out of the question, as much as seeing an ape. Like we've explored, like I don't even know if 10%. I think we probably explored like 5% of our ocean. So it's way more in a possibility to find something that's in the water that we haven't discovered. Like they discover new species and new organisms all the time. Like,
can I bring up mine now? It's a very good segue. The bloop, my friends. The bloop. I discovered the bloop a long time ago. Like when I was really
So did everybody else when it came out.
It came out before we were born, dude.
Well, everyone started talking about it. Like, I don't know, whenever it came out on YouTube, and everyone was talking about it for like a couple months. And they said it was a big sea creature. Like, it didn't just appear out of nowhere. Like, I feel like it just kind of blew up. Like, everyone was talking about it at one point. What the bloop is and whatever. I guess the media covered it at one point again.
For me, I didn't see any media coverage or anything like that, so I must have either been late or early to the party, because I discovered it when I was in like grade 2 by watching like a real quick like 2-minute YouTube video on like top 10 undiscovered things, and one of them was the bloop, and I was like, oh, that's cool, what's that? And then I did digging on YouTube, and I could only find like very few videos. I know this was before grade 3, because this was before I met Will, so I know it was before grade 3 100%. But like the bloop is hold on, where is it? Here it is. It was a powerful ultra low frequency underwater sound origin of uncertain origin detected by the NOAA, which stands for
1997.
Yeah. That's what I said.
I'm looking at the same art. Yeah, I'm interrupting you though. In the South Pacific.
Yeah.
According to earlier speculations, the sound would be emitted by a very large, and I'm not going to say what it is because I want you to talk about it.
Okay. Emitted by a very large, still undiscovered marine mammal, which for me, what made it very plausible and very possible, because like you said, we have barely scratched the surface of our oceans, and especially like deep down where huge ass creatures like this would exist, which there 100% are creatures. There's either. We have yet to discover the smallest and biggest of the size of creatures on this planet, is a belief of mine. It's just, with how much space we have yet to cover in the ocean, it's just such a huge possibility. So in 2012, just like I said, like more than 10 years after, the NOAA determined that the sound is consistent with noise generated via non-tectonic cryoseisms, originating from glacial movements such as ice caving or an ice quake, seed gouging by ice. So, the sound is similar to like glaciers breaking off each other or large icebergs scraping on the ocean floor. It was discovered off the tip of South America. It was detected several times by the Equatorial Pacific Ocean Autonomous Hydrophone Array. The system was developed as an autonomous array of hydrophones that could be deployed in any oceanographic region to monitor specific phenomena. It is used primarily to monitor undersea seismicity, ice noise, and marine mammal population and migration. This is a standalone system designed and built by NOAA's Pacific Marine Environmental Laboratory to augment NOAA's use of U.S. Navy sound surveillance systems, which was equipped originally designed to detect Soviet submarines. However, it has been argued that the patterns and the variations within the sound indicate an animal origin, which is another reason why I believe that it is an animal, because like you listen to it, it doesn't sound like something scraping, it doesn't sound like something breaking off. It sounds like a whale. It sounds like, you know, the kind of like, ooh, you know what I mean, right? You guys know what whales sound like. Like,
Yeah, no, I heard the sound too. Like,
yeah, like it sounds like a creature. And according to how loud the sound was, it would have been made by an animal more than 250 feet in length. That's like, they have like size comparisons here. That's like 2 blue whales just in length, or even 3, no, like 2.5 blue whales in length. This thing would have been fucking huge. However, like, not all animals make the same amount of noise for their sizes. This article brings up a great sample of pistol shrimp, which, you know, they snap their fingers and it goes boom. Like, yeah. However, like,
wait, sorry to interrupt you real quick. As someone who doesn't know what pistol shrimp are, can someone please, like, Brand, what are they?
I just said they have you never heard of a pistol shrimp? Bro?
No, that's what I just said, bro. I just said I don't know what you're talking about. No,
okay,
I don't.
So pistol shrimp are like little shrimp that have like these pincers that they snap, and when they snap it sounds like a really loud shockwave in the water, and like you can feel it.
They can attack
people. Loud as fuck. Yeah,
fish
like
enemies with it. There's actually a movie. There's a movie called like something. What's his name? Jamie Foxx is in it, and he has the power of a pistol shrimp, and it's like crazy.
Oh, the one about like the medication or whatever they do.
Yeah, that gives you
on
superpowers.
Netflix. Yeah, I forget what that's called. Pistol shrimp pain scale. Pistol shrimp do look really cool though. Let's see.
Yeah, I want to see a picture of one of these. What they look like.
If I had the power of a pistol shrimp.
Yeah, so like the sound, the jet of water created by the pistol shrimp's snapping claw results in noises as loud as 218 decibels, which is louder. Hold on, I'm going to keep reading this article.
Wait, the pistol shrimp make that loud of a noise?
Yeah. So like many people have, can pistol shrimp hurt?
But is that because they're underwater and that's the sound like it just carries?
I don't...
Like if they made that above water, would I go deaf because I heard one?
I'm not sure.
But I see. Okay, I know what you mean. Like these are the ones like that have like the big claw. That's kind of cool. Yeah. Okay.
Loud.
They look terrifying. I'm not a guy who really likes reptiles or like slimy sea creatures. Those kind of freak me out. So. Yet I eat seafood.
Yeah,
like,
no,
I can eat
Ben,
some seafood.
Ben,
like I like fish and shit, but I can't do that.
Outside of water is 218 decibels. In water, though, with the as it says here, acoustic impedance is also different by a factor of 3,600. Do I know what that means? No, but I can't really get a straight answer.
Like, I feel like 218 decibels is so loud. Like, would I just go deaf the second I heard it? Like,
well, that's its.
That is so loud.
Yeah, it's louder than a gunshot. Yeah, I forget it. I can't.
Like, how loud is a gunshot though? Like,
1 second. It is. I just had it up here. 140 to 175.
Oh Jesus! So yeah, if that went anywhere near your ear, you're never hearing again.
No,
that would blow your eardrums.
There's a form here that says like I don't know how much like the validity is there is to it, but it says like a pistol shrimp's cavitation bubble wouldn't do much to human skin, but if you're underwater, when it snaps, it could make you go deaf. It says, but I don't know. I don't know if it's a verified source. It just says saltwater reef aquarium forum. So
Ooh, hold
Yeah,
on.
a deaf guy is just like, yeah, I
it's
heard it
just-
one time.
Yeah, I think it's just people like talking. So like take it with a grain.
Theoretical. It'd be theoretical, like if you
Exactly.
you were under that.
Yeah, it's not necessarily like scientists talking. Anyone could have a forum. So.
But yeah, that's
So,
crazy.
going back to the bloop, though, in 2014, it was argued that the bloop was the sound of sea ice breaking off the Arctic ice shelf. Like I said, like glaciers snapping off. However, confirmation of this theory was not possible. Another theory involves an underwater erupting volcano. However, a volcano may not be able to produce such an odd frequency. And it says in 2023 the sound that the bloop made was confirmed to be a sound made by glacier ice. It doesn't say what the glacier ice did, so it's very much like you listen to the sound. It sounds so odd. Like, I remember listening to it as a child and, like, being it made me scared. Like, you know, if you've ever listened to, like, the Grudge sound or anything, or, like, watched it and listened to, like, some of the, like, creepy sounds where you just kind of freeze and you're like, oh, that's fucking terrifying. Or, like, if you're ever,
It's like unnerving.
yeah.
And
or,
I've
like-
heard the sound too. For honestly, I'm just gonna anyone who's listening, I'm gonna play the sound so everyone can hear it, just so you can get a full effect. That'll just be placed right here. Anyways, that's it. You've heard it. Like it's a creepy noise. Like not creepy per se, but it's unnerving. Like it makes you feel uneasy.
Yeah. Like
Knowing that something out there makes that noise. But even though obviously it was the glacier, but the thought of an animal making that, like just in the water, like ew, just like I don't know. For me, I'm just gonna like go on a little tangent. Like when you said like blue whale and that stuff, I've got to say that one scene in Finding Nemo where they're sitting there looking, and the blue whale is so far away, but then it gets up and it's this ginormous thing. That is like the biggest. That's one of my biggest phobias. I'm not sure what that phobia is called, but like being in the body of water with something giant would. That's like. Is it? What do you say?
Thalassophobia.
Thalassophobia, yeah, that is like a big thing of mine. That's when I'm like in bodies of water. I just have like the fear of like a blue whale like being underneath me. And I mean, actually, I'm gonna go into a little story based on experiencing animals in the water. I was tubing with my family one time, and we were in the river, and we stopped. I'm hanging on the tube with my stepbrother, and then a fucking seal just kind of pops its head out of the water, just right beside me, and I lost it. I don't know how old I was. I think I was probably like in grade 6 or 7, but I was not having it. I was just like, get me the fucking fuck out of the water right now. Like, it was nuts. But like, ever since...
Wait, hold on. Say that again. Sorry, I was listening to the bloop repeatedly.
Come on, dude. Don't be like Brandon and sit on your phone while we're doing this. So, like, you're actively listening to something else. That was just rude.
To be honest, you were cutting out a lot for me. I don't know if Brandon heard it. I don't know if you heard it. It could be my Wi-Fi shit the bed. So I'm like,
well,
I
I'm not going to
understand
explain
what
the
he's
story
saying. I'm
again,
just
so
gonna
you
drop
can
back
listen to
into
this whenever I'm done.
And I thought,
whenever this gets edited and posted. So.
Okay.
Okay,
in
dude.
5 weeks. But
Unlike you, I can't just sit around on my ass 90% of my day. I don't have all that free time. Ha! This is a dig at you for being unemployed. What you mean you aren't unemployed, technically speaking.
Dude, I don't work a single day this week.
Did they not give you any hours next week either?
Next week's schedule I haven't seen yet.
Oh yeah, that's right. They don't post
I'm
it
scared
until
to look at it.
fucking Friday night.
Saturday.
Do I know if I'm working Saturday night or Sunday yet? Nope, because Saturday night is when you find out.
Nope.
Because they don't know. Fucking. Anyways, Brandon, what did you send here? What is the thing that you just sent me? Is that?
Yeah, what have you been sending?
Kate, Brandon, stop trying to give me thalassophobia right now. Stop trying to give me a panic attack. Anywho, Brandon, since Alex has talked about his thing for a long time, what other cryptids have you found that you'd like to share with the class?
One that I find interesting. It's like, it's not original, but it's like a copy cryptid. I'll send a picture of it. It's called the Ogopogo.
The Ogopogo. I like that name. Hey, I bet you it's going to seem a lot more intimidating. What? That just looks like the Loch Ness Monster, dude.
Exactly, that's the point. It's a copy. It's a British Columbia version of the Loch Ness Monster.
So it's a
Canadian version.
Do you guys know there's like a sea monster will usually always look the same?
Yeah, that's what I mean. But it's called. It's another cryptid that just. It's called. A different
Also,
name.
wait. Let me see a picture of this. Does this look like the Loch Ness monster?
That's just this.
No, it doesn't. Ben, I don't think you know what the Loch Ness monster actually looks like. It looks like a Philatosaur or something. It starts with a PH.
Fezosaur.
It does not look like that. There we go. Yeah. It's a dinosaur. It does not look like that.
It looks like the Loch Ness Monster just with more humps.
No, that thing doesn't have humps. That thing's like a snake. The Loch Ness Monster is like beefy and has like...
I like how you're talking about it like
essentially
you
a
know
whale
that it
with a long
exists.
neck.
Are you therefore confirming the existence of it?
No, that's that, by the way, is a false photo.
Welcome.
that
We're talking
was
about
like-
cryptids right now. Well, Brandon's photos are literally a fucking playground.
I just love how, like... Yeah, see, there we go. That's more what the Loch Ness Monster
Yeah,
That was
I don't
what-
know what I'm
that's
thinking
a,
about.
that's a depiction of the. Ogopogo
Maybe
thing
I'm
on
thinking of
YouTube.
some. Maybe I am just thinking of the Ogopogo because I'm Canadian. Because when I think of the Loch
Holy
Ness
shit.
Monster, that's
Hold
what I
on.
think of is that thing that kid's riding. I don't know why, but
Do you guys ever just get aware of the void behind you while you're sitting at your
no,
desk?
because I
and
know there's
then
nothing
your
behind
brain
me.
tricks you into...
That's the same thing. I used to do that when I went into the bathroom. I used to had to open the shower curtain because I was worried there was someone behind it. But
still
no,
do
I
that.
don't do that anymore because I know there's nothing fucking there, and I know it's my brain playing tricks on me. My brain is trying to scare the shit out of me, and I'm just like, fuck you. I know there's nothing out there. Even when I'm walking outside in the dark, in the woods especially. Like if I'm doing something creepy, I'm just like, there's nothing out here because it's not fucking real. Like I'm not worried about it. If I ever, got spooked by Slender
Lucky
Man,
you.
great. Well, that's the thing. I don't let it get to me when I know that it's not real. And if I'm going to try and entertain that my brain, I'm scared of this creepy monster. Well, then I'm just acting like I'm a 5-year-old. If I can't, unless you have like an actual issue and you're like a paranoia and all that stuff, like those are actual things. But unless you've been diagnosed and you actually have issues, like just be able to distinguish between reality and not reality. Your brain can make up a million things, but
that's not like me.
reality's reality.
Or is it? Dun, dun, dun.
Whoa, you're one of those pretentious fuckers.
What was I just... Oh, yeah, no, just like, that's how it was whenever we watched, like, any, analog horror band, like Mandela Catalog. I'd always get, like, fucking paranoid that something was behind me.
That creeps me out. I could never do that shit in the dark. I had to have something on.
Oh, no.
Analog horror is a
could never
little
watch
bit
it
closer
alone.
for me, but even after watching those, I was still able to go to sleep at night. Like I was like, it's still made. It's
Oh, yeah,
made
no,
up.
I
Like,
was able to go to sleep,
yeah.
but during it, it's fucking horrible. Is there a new Mandela Catalog? Brandon, can you hear him?
Yeah.
Yes, there
I
was a
can
new
hear him.
Mandela
Oh,
catalog.
you're
We just
Ben.
haven't watched it
Oh.
yet. No, there's a new Walton Files, not a new Mandela catalog. I don't think yet. We had to watch that though.
I know there were some which we haven't caught up on.
Okay, Brandon, what is that? I feel like you've described this before to me, but
That is a skinwalker.
okay, that's just the basic. I thought skinwalkers were more like humanoid. I thought that was a Wendigo.
Yeah, I
So-
thought Are you sure that's not
looks
a
like a
Wendigo?
Wendigo.
That looks more like a Wendigo.
funny-
Yeah, skinwalkers are like they like shapeshift.
They're like the people from Mandela catalog.
They mimic.
Well,
They're like the
Yeah,
alternates.
they mimic things. Oh,
That's the thing, though.
now I'm fucking terrified.
I've seen depictions of like Wendigos that look really like in Skinwalkers, and they vary. Like if you look up the game Until Dawn, the Wendigos look like a lot just like people. Like
Wendigos are Canadian, I believe.
they both are, and like just Native American in general. I mean, they extend to the
I
U.S.
don't
level.
believe that. No, I'm fairly certain the Skinwalkers are like Native American thing.
Oh yeah, but I think there's some in Canada too.
Oh yeah, no, but I mean like Wendigo is.
I mean, like the legend. I mean, not
Canadian
not
origin.
the actual entity, but like the legend. And then
Origin.
Wendigos 100% are. Yeah, that Until Dawn game takes place in like Alberta.
Fuck, I just heard a noise behind me and it scared the shit. I'm fucking paranoid at the
was
moment,
me.
dude.
That's great, considering we're talking about
that was
cryptids.
my-
This is a great time to be paranoid.
Oh, I know. That's the thing about like my new change of meds is that it's much easier for me to go to sleep, and like my antidepressants and the ADHD being up, I can tell that, but the anxiety portion has now become full force because the quetiapine I took for anxiety, and now I'm not like taking anything for anxiety anymore. So I've been paranoid lately. Like, I noticed last night I got up to fill up my water bottle and then I turned the light off behind me and I, like, bolted up the stairs. Because, like, the thing for me is when I get scared, it's not like a, oh, I think there's something in the dark. Like, my brain will trick me completely. Like, my body goes into fight or flight mode. I feel the adrenaline. It really feels like there is something there, and I hate it. There is a diagnosis which I will not disclose here in public. However, just think of it as very severe fucking anxiety. That's right. I'm just a huge ass bitch.
You said it, not us.
I'm like,
Oh yeah, I'm trying to find where the skinwalker came from. Navajo culture. Navajo people. Hello?
Navajo.
Navajo. There.
But
I
tell us
only
about-
know that because I've watched cryptid videos. That's
But
all.
tell
That's the only
us,
reason I
tell
know.
us about skinwalkers, Brandon. I feel like I haven't heard from you very much. Alex talked about the bloop for like 20 minutes, so I want to hear more from you.
Yeah, the skinwalker is a Native American witch that is able to use the pelts of different animals to like shapeshift. I've seen different depictions of it. There's the one I sent to the Discord where it's like they have like the antlers and all that, but I mean they don't necessarily look like that. I mean I saw one picture online that looked like the goat man.
Mm-hmm.
Then there's just different artistic. I mean it's not real. I mean I don't think it's real.
You don't know, Brandon.
So it's like
That's
so there's different depictions of it.
Never say something like that.
Never
isn't real,
say
because then
never.
It will show you
Justin
that it is.
Bieber. He said that.
Never say never.
I didn't
Well,
need
I
to sing
have my
it, but-
webcam going, so if it wants to come into my room, at least I'll have some footage.
Oh, vampires you can't see through cameras. Fuck, there's my brain again. I hate this.
And
Like I guess
yeah, no, there's different like people like there's a lot of like if you've seen the show I haven't watched it, but I've seen clips of it. They have
It's made by the people from Lost, right?
It might be, I don't know. The creatures in that are very similar, but apparently they're supposed to be like fairies, but not the fairy tale kind. Like they're like these like demented like I don't know, something like that. And it's also like different creatures will like have the exact same powers, but might go by a different name entirely. So, but yeah, I always get confused with Wendigos in my mind.
I think the thing with cryptids is a lot like skinwalkers and Wendigos is like media likes to take them and twist them, and everyone likes to do their own thing, right? Like me and the three of us could go make like a really quick like 5-minute short film with a skinwalker, and it could be like our own take on it. So I think when it comes to cryptids, if you like want to talk about it, it's you should probably go to like the source instead of basing what you're talking about off of something you saw in like a game or a TV show or something. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not dissing you at all, Brandon. I know that's how it sounded. I promise you I'm not. I'm just saying that out to the audience. Like, it's okay to talk about it like from pop culture sort of view, but you also got to take into consideration that a lot of these things do come from years and decades or even centuries of legends told by like old cultures and like native cultures, like the Wendigo. So like, and I know or not the Wendigo, the Skinwalker. See, there I go. And I think the thing with the Skinwalker is like the people that it originates from. I believe they like don't talk about it or prefer you not talk about it. I believe you're not even supposed to say the word.
They're not supposed to. No, I bet that. I mean, it's also just their culture, though.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys can see what
But,
I
like,
just
so,
said
I fucking
in
hate
the
those.
Discord.
But
But
yeah,
like that's
I
if,
hate
like
that.
if that's what I think of like a skinwalker is like that first image. That second one I've never seen. But like that's what I'm thinking of. Like it looks like a human that can take shape of like other animals as well. Like it's a shapeshifter, but it's mainly an
Yeah, it could turn into your
anthropomorphic
dog.
body. Is anytime I've ever seen them, but I don't know. Maybe he's on all fours there. I can't tell.
What I think is interesting though is like if you look at the picture I sent of the Wendigo, and then look up at the picture I sent of the Skinwalker, they look exactly the same. So they've gotten so confused.
And that's
like,
just American media. That's just the
depicted the
Western
same.
media, right? Like they're just taking this cool thing in this person's culture. Like, nope, it's a creepy monster now.
Yeah.
Like
they both have
we
the
also
animals.
as not necessarily as Canadians, but attached to America, we as North Americans, we like to just take things and do them in our own way, right? Like with bologna, they decided that bologna was too weird of a word to say, so they just made bologna a word, but that word is kind of baloney. But when I'm saying the words
I think for
baloney, I'm
me-
using their spelling. I'm not saying it like everyone else says.
Baloney. I think for me, my favorite depiction of skinwalkers, I don't know if anyone has ever seen the show. It's called Project Blue Book. It's based off the real Project Blue Book. Fucking great show. For those of you who don't know what Project Blue Book is, it was done by a professor during the Cold War, or World War II, I forget. Anyways, by Professor Alan Hynek, I believe. Hynek, something like that. Anyways, he was brought in by the Air Force to look into like UFOs and stuff, and there's a lot that's come out from Project Blue Book since it's been released. But so there was a History Channel show that was like, it wasn't a documentary, but it was like a drama kind of sci-fi show based off of Project Blue Book, and they did such a great depiction of skinwalkers because they never once showed it. Because like I think that a belief of those creatures' power is that they can also mimic voices. So it was like the two main characters are going to like this place to like debunk things, which was their thing. They were going to debunk like UFOs for the military and stuff. And so like the entire episode is like torturing this family, and like these two guys are trying to find it, and they're all around. Like they went to Skinwalker Ranch. If you guys know, I assume you know what Skinwalker Ranch is, right, Brandon?
Oh yeah.
What is Skinwalker Ranch
yeah.
for me and the other people who don't know what the fuck you guys are talking about?
That's the place where the Navajo people were, right? That's like the place where the Skinwalkers are, right?
I've never watched it. I just know that.
So is this like Neverland Ranch here? Like, or there?
No,
Michael Jackson?
It's
or-
Michael Jackson and Macaulay Culkin.
No, hold on. I'm just gonna do a quick search of Skinwalker, cause like the name of the show is the name of the actual place. It's an actual place. Skinwalker Ranch, also known as Sherman Ranch's property around Utah. Its name is taken. Yeah. UFO reports. Oh, here we go. It talks about Project Blue Book a little bit. They dubbed it UFO Ranch, but there were a lot of sightings of skinwalkers around there. Anyways, so like the entire episode, you never really. I think you see they do the classic thing where you get to see it at the end of the episode, but it's fucking terrifying because like the characters will be like split up and they'll be like doing normal everyday things, and you'll hear them call a noise, and then it'll sink, and you'll hit the realization once they get closer to like the son calling out for his mother that you're like, oh fuck, that's not the son. Which I think for me was like I think the best thing to ever do if you're ever doing any sort of media with like shapeshifters is to barely show them, because they can also mimic voices, which is how they lure people in through a lot of tales and legends.
Very.
Which I think is my favorite aspect about them, because like them just tricking you into thinking there's someone in like public and then doing whatever they do to you, that's cool, but that's kind of boring. I love mind games, as my mind tells me that my sister calling was actually a skinwalker. She was talking to the cat, at least I hope.
Well, if you think it's a skinwalker, probably shouldn't go anywhere else. But sort of segueing away from skinwalkers because I feel like we were talking to them for a while. I want to talk about a great creature that you guys both have a nice history with. The chupacabra.
My dad?
Imagine your dad's a cryptid. That'd be great. No, I want to talk about the chupacabra, which is...
Oh, the chupacabras! I know so much about the... Okay,
no, we're not doing that right now. But the chupacabra from the Spanish... So,
like
actually, funny.
Versions,
so,
right?
So it's literally translated to English, goat sucker, from Spanish. So that's what chupacabra means, is goat
Yeah, because
sucker.
don't they eat goats?
Anyways.
Yosemite Sam over here.
Okay. Is a legendary creature. In the folklore of parts of the Americas, the name comes from the animal's reported vampirism. The chupacabra is said to attack and drink the blood of livestock, including goats. But physical descriptions of the creature vary. In Puerto Rico and Hispanic America, it is generally described as a heavy creature, reptilian and alien-like, roughly the size of a small bear, and with a row of spines reaching from the neck to the base of the tail, while in the southwestern United States, it is just depicted as more like dog-like. So, apparently, the first sighting was in, Puerto Rico in, 95, but then apparently people are, saying it's in Maine. But I feel like this is just Americans being like, I found a creepy... There was a dog that didn't look like a dog. And I don't know if that's how people from Maine talk. I'm pretty sure I don't know what accent I'm trying to do, but I'm pretty sure it's not from Maine. I don't know.
I've been to Maine, that's not how they talk.
I think they just talk like us.
Yeah.
And I think they have a little bit of Canadian accent. I don't know. People say there's a Canadian accent, but I don't really notice it.
I hear it in some people. I do hear the word "a" say a lot though. They can joke about it all they want, but it's not a stereotype. It's true. We don't say it as where the stereotype says it, like, how you doing, eh? But whenever you ask a question that's not like how you doing, but you've heard of that, right, eh? Or hey, you know where that is? You know what I mean? We do.
Oh
say
yeah, EH. Yeah, no, that's a part of our vocabulary. That's just people. It's just been so. But then you look at America, who are they're like, yeah, a boot, a you, let's Canada, let's hide on our horses, we're in the Mounties, I fucking just hate when Americans do that.
Oh my god,
and they act
I love the South Park depiction, though. In the South Park movie Bigger, Longer, and Uncut, the whole thing is about Canadians, and they have a whole scene where, a Canadian is in court with them, and the Canadian says a boot, and they're all laughing, and it goes on for, 2 minutes of the Canadian just going, hey, what are you all laughing about? And they all laugh, and he's like, hey, what's so funny about this? It's fucking hilarious.
God. But... something that we probably should have been doing as we were going through this is just giving a brief history, but apparently in 1975, never mind, I lied about the 95 thing. Maybe that's just Puerto Rican. Oh, okay. So the name is attributed to a Puerto Rican a comedian who coined the name in 95. But in 1975,
the name what?
It was a series of livestock killings in the small town of Moca, Puerto Rico, and I thought the killings were done by a satanic cult. Later, more killings were reported around the island, and many farms reported loss of animal life, and their blood was bled dry through a series of small circular incisions. Very interesting. And apparently there's a video in 2019 recorded by somebody who said there's a supposed thing, but yeah, the chupacabra, of someone being able to see one.
It's just a hairy wolf.
They say it's a hairy wolf, but then you just have ones like this where it looks like a fucking demon.
The thing with all those videos though is or even ghost hunting shows and stuff is, motherfucker, that shit's so easy to fake. My parents believe everything.
Oh yeah, the picture I sent of the skinwalker thing,
hunters,
they would totally believe that was real. Just because it's a 480p image doesn't mean that it's real.
No, my parents watching these shows on where it's essentially compilation of spooky ghost videos, but they're oh my gosh, that looks so real, and I'm motherfucker, so did Thanos.
Yeah.
It's not that hard to do. Have you watched any movie ever? Have you seen Godzilla? Is that real? I fucking hope not.
Godzilla looks pretty real.
Oh shit. Yeah, no, that looks creepy. That is the I'm gonna sound stupid for saying this. The guy from Monsters vs. Aliens is a chupacabra, right?
No, he's
The fish.
He
the fish
is-
creature.
That's not a chupacabra. No,
No.
that's the missing. I forgot what he's called.
Missing
He's called
link.
Missing link.
Missing link.
It's like a sea monster
I said
guy.
it first. Well, I don't know. That looks like a sea monster-ish. That looks like a demon. That's fucking terrifying. Looks like Ben when he's angry.
What are you talking about? He's a fish. He was a fish
There he
ape
goes,
hybrid.
dude.
So kind of.
That would be fucking terrifying. Imagine you're swimming in the beach and then you just go underwater and there's a fucking gorilla swimming to you.
That'd be wild. But I mean, if this guy just kind of
That would
popped
be
up, I'd be
terrifying.
freaked out. But I'd just be like, "Hey, man, you want a high five?"
Yeah. No, but like gorillas are fucking terrifying. Like talking
Not
about,
even
like,
talking
gorilla
about
creatures,
cryptids
gorillas-
anymore. Gorillas are over here.
Like I mean, gorillas are terrifying. Like I mean, yeah, they're majestic creatures and they're really cool. But man, those things are so fucking strong. Like I think the fact of how much strength
A
they have, and their
silverback
sheer
gorilla.
force
Like,
is
let's just get
terrifying
some
to me.
facts going about the silverback gorilla real quick. Those are like
That
the
thing
biggest
could be-
ones. I think.
After watching Rise of the Planet of the Apes, my opinion on monkeys has changed. That's why I rub my penis against the glass in the zoos. Call back to earlier episodes.
Holy.
If Ben, have you seen any of the
I have
new Apes
not
trilogy?
yet. No,
Or-
I need to.
We need to. I want to. Yes, because I want to. Brandon, you want to go see what's the new
Kingdom
one
of the
called?
Planet of the Apes.
Yeah.
Kingdom. You want to go see Kingdom with me, Brandon? And Ben, if he
I'll watch
watches
them.
the
I want to go
other
see them just for fucking Chicky. Freya Allen.
Oh, they're
damn,
fucking
she's
great.
Fine.
Like I mean, those movies are like I think they're the greatest trilogy that's been made so far. Like every movie, it's not just like cool nerdy shit. They are peak cinema. Like they are good movies. Like the cinematography, the directing, the choreography, the cinematography. I already said cinematography, but like the music and it's just so fucking good.
Okay. Silverback gorillas. They are in fact stronger than 20 adult humans combined. They can lift or
Yeah.
throw up to 815 kilograms. While a well-trained man can only
terrifying.
lift up to 400. Well, that's lifting. That's bare. That's like when you're seeing them. They got the fucking bars, and the bars are like bending and shit.
They're doing that.
Any adult gorilla can lift up to 450.
Yeah.
Wow.
Those things are terrifying. Like I said, they're not like scary like I see one in a picture and I'm like, ooh, spooky. But if I saw one in real life,
They'd
I
rip
would
you in
be
half, dude. Like
terrified.
they can go up to like 40
Yeah, those
kilometers
things
an
are-
hour too. That's Usain Bolt speed right there. Like they're catching up to Usain over there.
Oh yeah. I do have a real life cryptid kind of. It's an extinct species that you've probably heard of actually. If you want to segue over to
Okay,
it.
proceed.
It's called the thylacine or what's the other
Thylacetto?
name? 1 second. Thylacine or the Tasmanian tiger.
I think we're gonna say Tasmanian
I
devil.
will
Is it the
send
same
a-
thing, or am I just thinking of Looney Tunes?
No. Tasmanian tigers are. Where can I share option? Anyways, you can just search it up. So the Tasmanian tiger is essentially it was like a hound, like a dog in Australia.
Okay.
That was hunted to extinction. I can't figure out how to send anything, and we need to wrap up soon, so I'm just gonna read stuff about it. Yeah, it essentially it looks like a dog, like a thin dog with like stripes on the back, and it was just hunted to extinction essentially, which kind of sucks. Like all these photos are real, like all the black and white photos are real. Like it wasn't alive that long ago. Like there's a photo here taken in 1903. But let's see what it says. Also known as the Tasmanian tiger because of the dark transverse stripes that radiated the top of its back, and it was called the Tasmanian wolf because it resembled a medium to large size canid or canine. The name thylacine is derived from thylacos, meaning pouch, and ein, mean pertaining to, and refers to the marsupial pouch. Both sexes had a pouch. The females used their pouch for rearing young, and the males used their as a protective sheath covering the external reproductive organs. Yeah, that's right. These creatures straight up had penis sheaths. The animal had a stiff tail and could open its jaws to an unusual extent. Recent studies and anecdotal evidence on its predatory behavior suggests that the thylacine was a solitary ambush predator specialized in hunting small to medium-sized prey. Accounts suggest that in the wild, it fed on small birds and mammals. It was the only member of the genus Thylacinus and the family Thylacinid to have survived until modern times. Its closest living relatives are the other members of the, I'm not even going to try pronouncing that, including the Tasmanian devil, from which it is estimated to have split 42 to 36 million years ago. Yeah. Like, I mean, the first definitive encounter was by French explorers on 13 May 1792. I really wish they never encountered them, because these things look so cool. It's so sad what happened to them. I'm going to see if there's a... Just to see a quick thing on how they became extinct. Australia lost more than 90% of its around 50 to 40,000 years ago as part of an extinction event. Okay. Purposes that the dingo may have led to the extinction of the dingo hunted it out. I see. I'm sorry, I'm trying to find like a really quick and clean cut thing on how it got extinct.
Okay, well, while you're doing that, Brandon, do you have any other cryptids you'd like to bring up before we wrap up this episode? Any cool ones that you found?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Oh, I found the answer though. 2013 study suggests that while dingoes were a contributing factor to the Thylacine's demise on the mainland, larger factors were the intense human population growth, technological advances, and abrupt change in climate during the period. A report refurbished in the Journal of Biogeography detailed an investigation into the DNA and radiocarbon dating of thylacine bones. It concluded that the thylacine died out on mainland Australia in a relatively short time span, and this was due to climate change. Such a sad story, because they really are really cute. Any of you audience members out there, I would highly suggest looking them up. Anyways, sorry, Brandon.
So Brandon, I see you have found the Baba Yaga, which I've heard about only from, I'm pretty sure, the Suicide Squad is where I'm thinking of. Or no, John. No,
nope,
I'm thinking
John
Baba
Wick.
Yaga. No. I'm thinking Ant-Man. Yeah, Ant-Man and the Wasp, where he's talking about the Baba Yaga. That's where I'm thinking of, like the witch or whatever. That's where it came from. Anyways,
was that Ant-Man?
It was Ant-Man and the Wasp, where he's getting
Ant-Man and the Wasp?
interrogated. Or something like that. Anyways,
yeah.
Brandon,
Yeah.
please tell us
I tried
about.
sending a picture of John Wick. Wouldn't work.
Please tell us about the Baba Yaga. I'm very interested. I actually don't know anything about them, so I'm curious.
So they're from Slavic folklore, mostly in Russia, but also in Croatia, Poland, and Serbia. It's a supernatural witch that takes the form of a hideous old woman. They're usually described wearing a cloak or dress with bright red eyes and teeth of sharpened stone or metal. I didn't know that part.
So my sister.
It's said that she lives in a hut deep in the woods that stands on chicken legs. Oh, I've seen like art of this. Surrounded by a fence of bones taken from her victims, and she flies around in a mortar wielding a pestle.
Holding up what?
Like
Can you say that
a
again?
pestle. I know it sounds like a pistol, like a mortar and pestle. She flies around in a mortar wielding a pestle. But it says wielding. It makes it sound
Wait,
like
so she's in a flying mortar?
Yes, apparently.
She's
Like a magic school bus?
and
The magic mortar and
Yeah,
pestle?
the magic mortar.
Is she
And
the
she wields
pestle?
a pestle, apparently.
Maybe she is the pestle. Like she's in a ginormous
is she
like
the magic school
mortar,
bus?
and she's just like, I don't know if anyone can hear the noise that I was making, but I was just like
Which
spinning
Beyblade?
around like I was a Beyblade.
Yeah, she literally is just a witch Beyblade.
There's like, if the video game like Cooking Companions, I know has like, I think it's Cooking Companions, has like a film theory on it where it's like Baba Yaga is the one who it's like the enemy of, or is like the true villain of it or something like that. Or game theory, not film.
Pet. His last theory comes out.
Dude, this literally. When is his goodbye to game theory is literally this Saturday. Yeah.
Oh, it's this Saturday?
Yeah, film theory.
I imagined if Alex missed it because he didn't know. That'd be so bad. He misses the live stream because he thought it was a week away. That'd be so bad. Oh my god, my heart would sink. At least I think. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it was like Saturday, the 10th.
I could have sworn it was.
I thought
like
it was the
16th
12th,
or
but
something.
that is a Tuesday, and I don't know why he'd be doing it on a Tuesday. No, it's Saturday. I remember from his stream. But anyways, as we are all sitting here yawning because it's late when we're recording this, I think this is a great place to end. This was a lot more interesting than I thought it was going to be, and I actually like talking about these cryptid things. And
what was your
pretty
favorite
interesting.
cryptid we talked about, Ben?
My favorite? Oh. I don't know, to be honest. I feel like going back, I probably the Skinwalker, only because we talked about it so much, and I guess the thought of it creeps me out the most. Yeah. So I'd say that's probably like my favorite, but like my least favorite.
Which one? Which one would you be okay with living with still?
With living with
all the creatures.
Out of all of them, I would probably say the Loch Ness Monster. I'd be fine with that because I don't really go in the water that much.
I would say the canine. They're the.
That's not a cryptid though. We're talking about things that.
Yeah, but that's one of the creatures we talked about.
Yeah, but that's not the cryptid.
Well,
It's considered a cryptid for some reason.
Is it?
But it's just a prehistoric creature. Yeah, it's
not
creature, but it's considered a
prehistoric.
cryptid.
It only went extinct in like the 1900s.
Or it's an extinct creature, I guess.
It's like calling I guess crocodiles are kind of prehistoric.
So are birds.
Oh no, I
Like-
think. Yeah. Oh no, I think the bloop is the most interesting to me. I
But
do
it's-
have a bias.
I like the
though.
blue.
Yeah, I love the total, not just artist rendition that's on every single YouTube thumbnail.
Oh yeah, which that would not be the bloop at all. No human would be down where the bloop was.
And that's the thing. Besides, like James Cameron, maybe if he decided he wanted to make that.
I would love to see a movie based on the I would love to see like the Meg, but instead of the Meg, it's the bloop, and instead of the Meg, it's an actually good movie.
I still can't believe they made a second one. I don't know how they got away with it.
I don't
watched
know
it.
how did they make us. I don't know because the first one was, it wasn't even that fun. Like all the jokes did not land for me.
No, it was not.
I feel
an
like the
amazing
movie very much like didn't market itself as funny or as a comedy. Like it marketed itself as like your typical monster horror movie. But you see, they made the mistake of showing the monster way too fucking much. And like all the characters being really, really annoying wannabe comedians.
Yeah.
I thought John Statham was in it, but it's just an actor who looks.
Jason Statham
No, it
is
is-
in the Meg.
It is
It is?
Jason
Yeah.
Statham.
Oh.
Yeah, it is.
That's half the reason they were
Honestly-
able to make a second one, because Jason Statham is probably producing. He's probably like, we need another Meg movie. That was not a good
I
movie.
need to fight
me another shark with a
find me another shark. It's
Fast
down
and
there.
Furious,
down
more
under.
like wet and.
I
Fast
don't
and
want to go
Furious,
shark
more like
hunting
wet
again,
and
but I will.
slimy.
I want to fuck the Meg this time.
This time the octopus will wrap around my penis, and I'll harpoon it.
Okay, that's there. We're getting to dangerous territory here before we start making this too
And then
horny
the
again.
leg swims up my butt.
Okay, we are going to end this podcast now. So was Ben, and I was joined by my two co-hosts. I was Ben. I'm no longer Ben. Turns out I'm actually a skinwalker. Anyways,
Ooh,
I was joined today by my co-host Brandon and Alex. I'm not going to let them speak because I'm doing the outro. But anywho, thank you all so much for listening. I hope you weren't doing it while you were sleeping because we don't like that. So wake the fuck up.
This probably woke them up.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, yeah. They weren't sleeping after this. After talking about cryptids and shit. And Bigfoot was the real scary part of it, everything. A big ape walking around through the woods. But, anyways,
all you children, if you want a real scary movie, just watch Mars Needs Moms.
if you want to watch
in real life, it's based off a true story.
Totally. Anyhow. Well, thank you all so much for listening. I don't know why I'm still trying to sound like I'm making content. I'm just going to end it here now. Goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye. Bye-bye.
See ya.